Okay.
It's live.
All right, here we go.
And we're back!
And we're back! Sorry,
Are we still
to cut
recording?
you guys off. Yeah, we're still recording.
Okay.
I didn't want to get that guy's private information on the air, so we don't want to do that. All right, so he's now asked you for a ride to Slim's, which I'm kind of baffled by.
Well, did he ask or did you offer?
I'm sure you offered.
Well,
You offered.
oh
Let's
no.
go with you
To
offered.
be honest, no. His manager emailed us. Said,
This is after I scored. Oh, no, never mind.
No, the manager said, "Can you take him to Slim's afterwards as well?" I'm
Yeah.
like, sure, no
Yeah.
problem.
Okay.
And so I think that was part of Chris's itinerary for the day anyway, besides hanging out with us.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, man.
they do the interview with Meltzer, and then our operations manager's like, "Hey, I left Chris in your office." I was like, "What?" So I go in the
What?
office. I was like, "Hey," and he texted me.
I'm
he's
glad
like,
I hit all the Jericho memorabilia that I had with me that day, like the list of Jericho, my scarf, my list of Jimbo.
I know
he
would
would just run out of the building.
Yeah. Well, so I walk in there and he texts me. He's like, "Where you at, dude?" I'm like, "Dude, he's texting me. Like, where you at, man?" So I go in the office. He's standing there and he looks up from his phone. And he's like,
It's like I circled around the building a few times looking for you.
"Wow."
That's funny.
So oh, dude, it's been nonstop for the last 2 days, which I'll get
Well,
into in a
now
second.
that I know.
Listen, I was 1,000% supportive. Like it didn't say a peep while Jericho was there.
But we can
now
never let
the
this
gloves
one
are
die.
off. Now this is a thing.
I mean, this has to be your most embarrassing moment, or at least one of them,
But
right?
it turns out it's also our finest hour because what a great story.
Totally.
Yes. Well, no, so I come in the office and he lifts his head up and he smiles. "Hey, man." I'm like, "Dude, he's smiling at me."
Like,
Oh
the-
my
the
God, you're
amount of
so
detail.
fangirl.
He's getting the butterflies like it's a chick.
I know.
So we go
I
back.
don't blame you. I mean, it's Chris Jericho.
Yeah. So we go back into the studio, we get our things, and he runs to get something to eat. I get in the car.
I escorted him to Subway.
Yes. And I drive him over to Slim's, and luckily not a lot of traffic because I was worried that he needed to be there in time for the meet and greet with their fans, Fozzy fans. And so I drop him off at the back of the venue. He gives me a hug, and he's like, "Thanks again for everything. Please stay in touch. You got my number now." And I'm like, "Yeah, man, of
Oh my
course."
God.
And so we just hug it out, and it was just this great, awesome
He's a
day.
hugger.
Yeah. And so I drop him off. I go home, rest, and take care of some things at home. Come back into the city that night for the concert because, of course, we want to see Fozzy live. I missed him at Aftershock because Chas and I were busy doing interviews that day in the press area.
Right.
Jimbo
I had
actually-
done my 3 minutes of work to coming up to Sacramento, so I ran over to watch them.
Which, by the way, I was going to say, looking back on it now, Aftershock, I'm glad the way it played out the way it did. Things happen for a reason, Jimbo, because we got all this now. Like,
Oh, you guys have stuff that nobody will ever
Oh,
have.
but
I mean,
would we not have done this had Aftershock gone differently?
well, since we made the contact with him there, we got the interview done.
Oh yeah,
And
no,
then-
I'm not saying
'cause
I wouldn't change trying to do Aftershock.
Correct, but I'm just saying because we got to do that, that's helped get us this
Yeah.
interview again. Because they're like, "Oh, we remember
Yeah.
you from last time because all of our names and stuff." So anyway, I drop him off. I come back to the city, pick up Jimbo from work. We go over there. We walk in literally right before they hit the stage.
Yeah.
And they start off with
Perfect
Judas,
timing.
the title track from their
That's
new album, which
awesome.
we encourage everyone to go out and go get it.
Yep.
And they just rock the place. Jimbo, I don't know about you, but Jericho, an amazing front man.
He is.
To me, he was like a combination of Bruce Dickinson meets Axl Rose.
David
Meets
Lee Roth.
yeah, all that combined. He was just full of energy. Like, he was getting like a workout in. The rest of the band, Rich on guitar. The whole band was
They were
very
tremendous.
tight. Yeah.
They put on a really good show, and the crowd was super into it. And your timing was on point all day, like you said. I mean, we got in right before they started. And they start with Judas, which I missed Judas at Aftershock, so
Okay.
I was stoked to get to see them play Judas live. And hell of a show.
Yeah, it was so much fun.
Great capper to a very roller coastery day.
No
We saw
kidding.
the bass player from Disturbed was there. I guess he was in another band that opened up that night. We saw our buddy Chas and our buddy Phil Demo from Machine
Oh,
Head
Phil was
there.
there? Oh,
He
nice.
jumped on stage with Fozzy and they covered AC/DC's TNT. Also,
They did a great job on that, by
James
the way.
Durbin from American Idol fame, also from
Oh,
Santa.
yeah. I've interviewed him before.
Yeah, from Santa Cruz. He jumped on stage and sang with Chris on TNT. So it was a
Oh,
great
funny.
all-star jam at the end.
That's cool.
So it was a lot of fun. And then afterwards, they wrapped up. They go off stage. We met up quite a few listeners who love the podcast. And I'm so sorry for the guy. He was wearing Chris Jericho's latest T-shirt, the Alpha shirt. He says, he comes up to us and
Zach.
says, was his name?
Pretty sure.
Okay, but if that is your name, Zach, please let us know. Confirm it. I want to give him a special shout out. He came up to us and specifically said, "I love your guys' podcast." So I was so touched by that. That was awesome.
We love you, Zach. You're our only listener.
Also, Shelby. Met Shelby that night as well. She came up, and it was just really cool talking to her as well. So there's a lot of listeners there who love our podcast, all the interviews we've done between all of us. It was really cool just feeling the love that night. A lot of boneheads in attendance that night.
Like I said, it was a great capper to an insane day.
And also, I was going to say, so after the show, I texted Chris. I said, "Hey, man, awesome show."
Heart emoji.
Yes, exactly.
I said, "Awesome show."
Love.
He texted me right back and said, "Thanks, man."
Aww.
And then I texted him later on and I said, "Hey, thanks again for everything today. We had so much fun. We appreciate the time. Please let us know if you need anything from us here in the Bay Area next time you're in town." He texted me later on in the middle of the night and said, "Thanks, man, for everything. You're welcome." And he says, "Have fun at Mania."
Oh,
So
that's awesome.
that was
Thank
just
you.
great.
He sent a D-pic.
Yeah.
No, I did not.
Fully engorged.
So what did we learn from that day? One, Chris Jericho is an amazing person, such a down-to-earth type of guy.
Impressed with his patience.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I
Sounds
just
like
love
a solid
how
dude.
nice and friendly he is. I love just how cool he was. And Jimbo, I think you and I really made a new friend with him.
Absolutely.
I think we won
it's a
his
connection that we'll have for sure. That was the coolest part.
Oh,
We
we
want
won't
his-
forget you guys.
No, exactly.
I think we won his
for
trust.
better or ill.
Yeah.
No, of course.
But it was cool just spending the whole afternoon with him. It was just an amazing day. And now, like Jimbo, you and I think it's a career highlight for us.
Absolutely, no doubt about it, because we
Yes.
really are such huge Chris Jericho fans. Real quick, before we finish up, I gotta give you some props, though,
Oh.
because I think that was I think we've only ever, the three of us in terms of interviews, it's been Chris.
It's both times.
Yes.
Yeah, both times
that's
been
true.
Chris, and I was really paying attention while we were interviewing him on the phone or this past time. Again, go to 1077thephone.com and click the link, man, and listen to it.
Yeah.
You're so good.
Oh,
You know,
what?
like
Thank you.
We were talking about it, yeah.
I was talking about it in the car, like your ability to just react off them and just really have like this sort of disarming conversation. That's a gift.
Thank you.
And you're terrific.
That
So go
means a
listen to
lot.
it and agree with me.
Aw.
Yes.
1077thebone.com.
Could you be my agent?
Love to.
Please.
Seriously.
When you listen to it, download it, share with everyone you know. Please spread the podcast around.
Spread the love.
Yeah, and then I'll leave a comment on iTunes or Stitch or whatever, all that good stuff.
Rate and review. It actually
Yes.
helps us.
Yes,
Yes, it
absolutely.
does.
That's the best thing you can do for us.
It's
Rate,
our tip
review
jar.
It, rate, review it, share it.
Exactly.
Yes.
Hashtag rate,
Man.
review, share.
Yeah.
So,
It's rate with a
Well,
T.
I am
thank you
so
again,
proud of
Chris,
you guys.
for everything. We appreciate it. So we
Yeah,
Can
thank
you
you
just
very
do
much.
me a solid and can you text him and just say, did we just become best friends?
No, I'm not gonna do it.
He
Please.
already texted him that. Spoiler
yeah,
alert.
exactly.
So I guess on that note, we'll go ahead and wrap it up for today's edition of the Second Shift. Chasta, anything you want to plug, promote?
I don't know how we'll ever follow that.
I just thought it's like a weird thing. Like, like one of my favorite songs is Faithfully by Journey.
yeah.
And it's like about Huey and us and Jericho.
It
The
is.
wheels go round and round in my
So
mind.
nonstop, he's been making
Round
round
and
circle.
Perfect
Even when
lyric.
I picked them up this morning, that's all he talked about.
Oh my God. I love
But
it.
we'll circle back to this story another day.
Yeah.
All right, if you want to find me on social, Twitter is Chasta, Instagram is Chasta Lynn, and Facebook is Chasta Radio.
How about you, Jimbo?
Uh,
Oh, by the way, he liked your shirt.
He did. He did like my shirt. Inside wrestling reference. Story for another time. But bimbo.jimbo on Instagram.
Yes.
And at James Kincaid on Twitter. I probably should try and get at Bimbo Jimbo on Twitter at some point.
Oh,
but
yeah.
for right now, I have my real name. So
Well, you just create the other one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Make it both. But I was going to say, also check his Instagram. You can see Jericho checking into the...
Oh yeah, that was funny. So like,
Oh, that was
we
amazing.
have to do this thing where we have to check in our visitors. So I'm like, okay, I guess just gonna check you in right over here, Chris. And then like it sends you I forgot actually that it sends you an email
Yeah.
alert. So I went to check my phone. I was like, James Kincaid, you have a visitor. It's Chris Jericho's face. And I was like, holy Lord.
Follow me on Facebook at Baby Huey Official. Also Twitter and Instagram at Baby Huey83. Go to 1077thebone.com for this podcast. Every podcast we do, listen and watch the video interview we did with Andrew WK. Like I said, Chris Jericho interview. Go get Fozzie's latest album. Jimmy, you want to hold it up for our fans on Facebook Live right now? Go get Fozzie's latest album, Judas. It's a badass record. And also, Jimbo and I did a great interview with WWE Superstar, 1/3 of the New Day Big E, talking about their new book, The Book of Booty. Jimbo's holding up for
He is
our
so
Facebook
bad
Live
alive
crowd
right
right now. So thank you again, everyone, for listening, tuning in, and we'll catch you on the next episode of Second Shift, which I predict will be a lot sooner than this last hiatus.
It better be.
Talk to you later. Bye-bye.
I'm not going to New Orleans, so. Well, actually, I am. But with you.
Oh my god.